Welcome to the another lecture of moment distribution method. Myself, Professor Asif Beg from the Department of Civil Engineering, Tulsiramji Gaikwad Patel College of Engineering and Technology, Nagpur. Today we will see the analysis of a continuous beam having three spans AB, BC and CD, where A and D supports having fixed one. AB span consists of UDL of 25 kN per meter having span of 6 meter, where BC span having two concentrated loads situated at an equal distance of 2 meter, and CD span is having length 4 meter and a varying load of 75 kN per meter. The span BC, which is subjected to the eccentric load, is of magnitude 50 kN and the UDL is of 25 kN per meter. Now, in the earlier class we have seen the stepwise analysis of the given beam. The only difference in this, the one span is added to it. Now, the step number 1 is to calculate the fixed end moment. Now, in the fixed end moment, we have to calculate the fixed end moment of AB, BA, BC, CB, CD and the DC. Then the fixed end moment AB, as it is subjected to the uniformly distributed load of 25 kN per meter, so it is fixed end moment minus WL square by 12. The minus is because the rotation at A is anti-clockwise, so that's why this is minus WL square by 12. So the value of W is 25 and the value of L is 6, so it is minus 25 into 6 square divided by 12, so it is minus 75 kN meter, the fixed end moment which we are getting for span AB. Now for span BA, it is plus WL square by 12 and the value which we are getting is 75 kN meter. Now similarly for span BC, as this BC span subjected to two eccentric load situated at an equal distance from B and C, the length of the span is 6 meter. So we have to consider this as the individual load and we have to calculate the fixed moment like this. The equation is minus W1 is the 50 kN one, W1 into A1 into B1 square divided by L square minus W2 A2 B2 square divided by L square. So where in this A1 is this portion, that is 2 meter, and B1 is 4 meter. For the load, this W1 50 kN. Now for the second load W2, A1 is 4 and A2 is 4 and B2 is 2 meter. So same which we have written in the formula. So minus 50 into 2 into 4 square divided by 6 square minus 50 into 4 into 2 square divided by 6 square, we are getting this value as minus 66.67 kN meter. Now fixed moment CB is having the same equation with the plus sign, so it is 50 into 2 square into 4 square. Same equation means the equation is plus W1 into A1 square into B1 divided by L square plus W2 A2 square into B2 divided by L square. So put the value into the equation and we get the value is plus 66.67 kN meter. Now fixed moment CD is having varying load of minus WL square by 30. So minus WL square by 30, where the W is 75 and the L is 4 meters, so it is minus 75 into 4 square divided by 30. So the value which we are getting is minus 40 kN meter. And fixed moment DC is plus WL square by 20. So for the varying load, where the apex is there, it is we have to take as 1 by 30 and at base we have to take as 1 by 20. So here is the difference for this. So for CD, it is minus WL square by 30 and for DC it is plus WL square by 20. So after calculation of this, we get the value of minus 40 and plus 60. Now moving towards the step number 2, that is the calculation of distribution factor. So to calculate the distribution factor, we require the relative stiffness of the member, and in the earlier class we have discussed how to get the value of relative stiffness, which is based on the condition of the far end. If the far end is the fixed one or the continuous one, then the relative stiffness is I by L, and if the far end is the simple support or the hinge one, it is 3 by 4 I by L. Now looking into the far end condition of each, member, we have to calculate the distribution factor by the equation relative stiffness of the member divided by sum of the relative stiffness at the joint. Now for calculating this, we have to draw a table in which the first column consists of joint, second column consists of member, third column consists of relative stiffness, then sum of relative stiffness at joint, and then from this which we have to calculate distribution factor. Now joint B and joint C are there in the numerical. So for joint B there are two members, BA and BC, and joint C is having two members again, CB and CD. So for joint B, member BA and BC, for BA member, A is the far end and it is fixed one. So it is the relative stiffness of the BA member is I by L. The value of L is 6 and the value of I is 1. So it is I by 6 or I into 1 by 6. So the value is 0.167 I. Now for the BC, the C member is the far one and it is the continuous one. Hence the relative stiffness is I by L. So it is I by 6. So the value which we are getting for this is 0.167 I, and similarly for this 0.167 I. If we sum up this value, we will get the sum of the relative stiffness at joint 2I by 6. If we divide this value with this K divided by sum of K, so the distribution factor for BA we get 0.5 and distribution factor for BC we get 0.5. Now for joint C, there are again two members, CB and the CD. CB, for the relative stiffness, calculation of relative stiffness for CB, the B end is the far and it is the continuous one, hence it is I by L. So the value is I by 6, that is 1 by 6 I. So it is 0.167 I. And for CD it is I by L, the value of L is 4 meter. So it is 1 by 4, that is 0.25 I. If we sum up this value, so this will be equals to 0.417 I. If we divide this K with sum of K, we will get the distribution factor of CB as 0.4 and distribution factor for CD as 0.6. After getting the distribution factor of each member and calculation of fixed end moment for each member, we have to calculate or we have to go for the moment distribution table. Now for moment distribution table, for finding the final moment, we have to draw the table like this, as similar to the numerical given. So for A support, draw the one line for A. For B joint, draw the line for B joint. For C joint, draw the line for C joint. For D support, draw the line for D support. So there are 4 joint or the 4 supports. We have drawn 4 lines. Now write in the first row for the joint, write the name of the joint. For A line, write the A. For B, write B, C and D respectively. And write the member below the row of joint. So member, for joint A, the member is AB. For joint B, the member is BA and BC. For joint C, the member is CB and CD. For member D, for support D, the member is DC. Now write the distribution factor which we have calculated in step number 2. So for distribution factor BA we have calculated 0.5, BC we have calculated 0.5, CB distribution factor we have calculated 0.4, and distribution factor CD we have calculated 0.6. So we have to write this distribution factor in this row. Now we have to write the fixed end moment values. So fixed end moment for AB we have calculated minus 75, BA we have calculated plus 75, BC we have calculated minus 66.67, CB we have calculated plus 66.67, CD we have calculated minus 40, and DC we have calculated plus 60. So this fixed end moment we have calculated in the step number 1, this value which we have to write. Now after this writing, we have to balance the value, balance the moment at joint. So at joint B there are two members B and BC. So we have to sum these two, sum the values, moment values of these two members. So BA having the moment plus 75 and BC having the minus 66.67. If we sum up this value plus 77.5 minus 66.67, whatever the value which we are getting, that value is the unbalanced moment. Now we have to balance that moment by multiplying the distribution factor. So the value 75 minus 66.67 into 0.5, the value which we are getting is plus 4.17. So this is what the unbalanced moment at member BA. So we have to counteract that plus 4.17 moment. So we have to write that with the opposite sign minus 4.17. So writing this minus 4.17, we are counteracting that moment. And similarly for BC, the unbalanced moment multiplied with the distribution factor of BC. So it will be equals to same. It will come plus 4.17. So we have to write this with the opposite sign minus 4.17. Now similarly we have to go for the balancing of C joint. So for C joint there are two members CB and CD having two moments 66.67 and CD member having the moment minus 40. So if you sum up this value, whatever value which we are getting, that is the unbalanced moment. We have to balance that moment by multiplying the distribution factor of CB and CD respectively, and we have to write that value with the opposite sign below this line. So 66.67 minus 40 multiplied by 0.4, the value which we are getting is plus 10.67. So that value we write in the opposite sign. So we write this as minus 10.67, and this unbalanced moment multiplied with this 0.6 distribution factor, we will get the plus 16 value, and we have to write this as with the minus sign, minus 16. Now this is what the balance step has been done, but there are a few natures of the supports as which we have discussed in the earlier class as well. I am repeating this. The fixed support having the nature of gaining, which take the 50% of the moment from the near support, and the simple support or the hinge support at the end, which is having the nature of giving, which gives the 50% of its moment to the near support. And the intermediate supports, the continuous one, the joint B and the joint C, is having the sharing nature. We share the 50% of the moment to each other. So this step is called as the carryover. So we have to perform this step carryover. So we will give the 50% moment of BA to the AB, as A support is the fixed one. So it is having the tendency to take the 50% moment from the nearest end. So nearest end of AB is BA. So the 50% of this minus 4.17, 50% of this is minus 2.1 is taken up by the AB member from BA member. Now as I have told, BC, B and C is having the sharing nature. So minus 4.17, 50% of this is given to the CB minus 2.1, and minus 10.67, 50% of this is taken up by the member BC. So this is having the sharing nature of continuous supports. Now at D is the fixed one again, so it is having tendency or the nature to take the moment from the nearest end. So it take the 50% of the CD member. So CD member is having the moment of minus 16. So the DC member is take the value from CD member, and it is minus 8. So this is what the carryover. Now due to this carryover, an additional moment came into the picture, and due to which these joint again become the unbalanced due to this additional moment. So this additional moment again we have to balance this. So the again it will be the again next step will be the balancing the moment. So we have to balance this additional moment. So this is minus 5.34. So this minus 5.34 balance with this distribution factor by multiplying 0.5. So we have to multiply this 0.5. So the value which we are getting is minus 2.67, and we have to write this with the opposite sign as plus 2.67. Then again with the BC member, it is plus 2.67. Now for the joint C, the unbalanced moment is minus 2.1. We have to balance with multiplying with this distribution factor of CB and CD, 0.4 and 0.6 respectively. The value which we are getting in minus sign, we have to write it in plus sign. So we are getting the value minus 0.84 and minus 1.26. We have write it in the plus sign. Okay. So again we have balanced it, but again due to the nature of this supporting system, we have to carry over. So carry over AB 50%, DC again it is 50%, and BC will share the 50% of its moment. So again due to this carryover, this joint will become unbalanced moment, 0.42 and 1.34. Again we have to balance this by multiplying the distribution factor and by applying the minus sign to the gain value. Then again we have to perform the carryover factor. Then again due to this carryover, this joint B and C will get the unbalanced moment. Now again we have to balance it, and we have to perform this cycle till the balancing moment we get near about 0.00. So we have to perform this value, and we have to end up the cycle performing till in the balancing section the moment will get minus 0.0 something. So here we are stopping here, and we have to sum up this value, and we have to write the final moment. So the final moment of AB is minus 75 minus 2.1 plus 1.34 minus 0.11 plus 0.07. So final moment AB we are getting is minus 75.8. So similarly for BA member, it is 75 minus 4.17 plus 2.67 minus 0.21 plus 0.135 minus 0.01. The value which we are getting is 73.41. Whatever value we are getting for the BA, the same value with the opposite sign must be come for the BC member. So if you sum this value, minus 66.67 minus 4.17 minus 5.34 plus 2.67 plus 0.42 minus 0.21 minus 0.27 plus 0.135 plus 0.02 minus 0.01, the value will be equals to minus 73.41. And if you see both the values at joint B having the magnitude having the same magnitude with opposite sign. So this means the sum of the moment at joint B is equals to 0, and that justify the equilibrium condition. Sum of the moment at joint must be equals to 0. Now similarly, sum of these values, we will get the moment CB 55.52. Sum all these vertical values, we will get the value of minus 50.52, as again this is we are getting the same values with the opposite sign. Now the value DC, the moment final moment DC, we are getting as 52 minus 52.27. Now this value which we are getting is the final moment, and by taking this final moment we have to draw the final bending moment diagram, which we have discussed in the earlier class. Okay, thank you.